This is bad. This is very, very bad. I have so many people setting up these fake Instagram accounts and they pretend to be me and all social media accounts. Make sure if you're a fan of my work, go to Instagram and follow me at Dan Locke. That's the official account. That's the real me. The other accounts, they could be fans with good intention, they set that up, or they could be just people who are using my name pretending to be me. But my official Instagram account is at Dan Locke. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, and I don't see why you wouldn't want to follow me on Instagram, make sure you go there at Dan Locke. Now, let's talk about how do you bounce back from burnout. In my daily activity with the pace that we are going in business, when I'm managing so many companies and initiatives and all these different things. So when it comes to burnout, do I get burnout? From time to time, but not very often. Not often at all. So I want to share with you something, maybe today, something practical, some strategies and some ideas that could help you if you are experiencing burnout or you've experienced burnout in the past. So comment below and share with me, how did that feel when maybe you get overwhelmed or you are overworked and you feel, oh man, I'm just exhausted, and you feel this, that you are just not just exhausted, you feel that your mental bandwidth, you're just like, you can't work any harder, you can't take on more data, and you just don't feel like you want to do anything. So when in the past, I used to get burnout more often, right? Because I was doing everything myself. In the beginning of my business career, it was just me on my own. I was a solo entrepreneur. So it was very, very challenging. I was the guy that's doing the customer service. I was handling all the email, and I was selling, I was delivering, I was trying to do the bookkeeping, which it was horrible, right? I was the one that's meeting with people. Like, I was doing everything. So it's very, very easy to get burnout when you are doing too much. As you grow, you will have more people joining your team and you're expanding your team, then you'll be able to delegate a lot of tasks that maybe you're not very good at, right? You want to focus on things that you are brilliant at, what I call your zone of genius. So what happens is this: as your company grows, that you are able to, and you may not have this massive team overnight, but one at a time, you're adding people to your team, and then you'll be able to delegate first the stuff that you're horrible at. Now, the stuff that you're horrible at, they're not easy to find people to help you out and for you to delegate some of these tasks to them. Why? Because you're horrible at them, right? There are a lot of people who are even average, they'll do a better job than you, right? I was horrible at bookkeeping. It was not difficult to find someone that could outperform in that area, right? And then later on, you would start delegating even things that you are average at, right? And then later on, things that you are actually good at, and at the end, you only want to focus on the things that only you can do as a leader, as an entrepreneur, what you are brilliant, right? What you're brilliant at. So what happens is, if you operate most of the time from like your brilliance, you operate in this zone of genius, you will experience a lot less burnout. Here's why: because usually that's what you're very good, like you're world class at doing those things, and usually you love doing those things, and usually because you're good at it, you love doing it, and that's why you get better at it, and that's why you become world class. And when you can do that, you don't experience burnout that much. I think about it. Last time I experienced any kind of burnout, I don't even remember. Like we have so much to do. There's so many decisions I need to make, but it doesn't happen often. I'm trying to think. It doesn't happen often at all. And when I do experience maybe fatigue, or I was just tired, right? I would get tired too, of course. I would just take some rest. Usually a good night's sleep, I'm good. But if you experience burnout, so I would challenge you to look at what you do. How can you focus more on your zone of genius so you don't experience burnout as much? Another thing that you could do, you need to find something to help you. It could be a hobby, it could be an escape, It could be something that's healthy, right? Maybe you work out, go on vacation. They might want to, go golfing. They might want to go fishing. They might want to go swimming. But I think you need to find something that works for you. And everybody's a little bit different, right? Everybody's a little bit different. For me, I enjoy movies. As you know, you're a fan of mine. I enjoy watching a movie. So I would go watch a movie maybe with Jenny. And that to me is a very simple thing that I could do to recharge my battery a few hours. A good night's sleep, awesome, right? That's also a simple thing that I don't really need to get away where, I need to get away for like 3 weeks and to recharge my battery so I don't get burnout. It doesn't happen to me that often personally, but that's just me. But maybe your body, your physique, your mental bandwidth, everyone is a little bit different, right? But I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. I love the people around me. I love who I work with, who I'm able to impact. I love my team. So that doesn't bother me at all, right? So I don't get burnout from that. So next time when you experience burnout, instead of just solving the problem and try to distract yourself, find some activities that you would feel recharged, feel relaxed, and it will get you back in the zone. And then within your business, spend most of the time working within the zone of genius, what you're brilliant at. If you want to know more of these tips and strategies from other successful entrepreneurs, make sure you subscribe to my podcast, The Dan Lok Show. Every single week, I will bring on a super successful entrepreneur, a CEO, a heavy hitter, to share with you what are their habits of success. What do they do? How do they think? How do they run the business? How do they do the marketing? How do they do sales? All the best insights, and I will bring that to you. All you have to do is just subscribe to my podcast. It's now one of the fastest growing podcasts on iTunes in the world. We have listeners in over 150 countries as we speak. So a very, very popular podcast. If you enjoy my videos on YouTube, you love my podcast. So make sure you subscribe to Dan Lok Show.